Navigating through life without being swayed by the judgments of others can be incredibly challenging. We often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of anxiety and concern over how others perceive us. However, true inner peace, freedom, tranquility, and genuine connections do not stem from obsessing over others' opinions. Instead, they arise from a diminished focus on the trivial and ultimately insignificant matters. Let's explore the remarkable transformations that occur when you cease to be influenced by the opinions of others and embrace the liberty to authentically be yourself. Imagine waking up each morning with a mind untainted by societal pressures or imagined judgments. Your attire is chosen for the comfort and confidence it brings, rather than to meet others' expectations or gain their approval. Throughout your day, you express your genuine thoughts and beliefs, unafraid of potential criticism. You recognize that your voice is your own, and it merits being heard. The exhilaration of such freedom is unparalleled. It's the essence of liberation. This liberty to be your true self is akin to spiritual sustenance, much like water is indispensable to the body. It satisfies a profound yearning within you, a thirst you may not have even realized was there. Once you begin to draw from this wellspring of self-expression and self-acceptance, you may question how you ever lived differently. Why is this freedom so crucial? It's because in being free to be yourself, you unlock a level of authenticity that is otherwise elusive. You're no longer pretending to be someone you're not, sparing yourself the exhaustion of maintaining a facade. Moreover, you're no longer expending energy on appearances or trying to fit into roles for which you were not cast. Instead, you're redirecting that energy into yourself, fueling your aspirations and nurturing your personal development. This leads to a reduction in stress and anxiety, two burdens we often carry without recognizing their weight. The notion of conforming to external standards is like a persistent cloud casting a shadow over your mind, turning your thoughts into a maze of doubts and regrets. But when you stop caring about these external judgments, your thought patterns shift, offering a clearer perspective that allows you to see situations as they truly are, rather than through the lens of fear. This newfound clarity brings a fresh outlook, one centered on your own thoughts and emotions, rather than the perceived opinions of those around you. Decision-making becomes simpler, as you're now guided by your intuition and moral compass, rather than the dread of external judgment. The emotional burden of stress and anxiety is significantly alleviated when you're no longer bound by the judgments of others. Your physical reactions to imagined criticism subside, and the knots of worry in your stomach begin to ease as you stop obsessing over conversations, no longer trying to please others. Your body starts to relax, and this physical relaxation enhances mental clarity, creating a positive feedback loop that fosters overall well-being. As stress and anxiety decrease, your energy levels surge. The emotional and physical energy previously wasted on unnecessary worry can now be channeled into constructive activities, such as pursuing hobbies, nurturing relationships, and investing in personal and spiritual growth. By no longer seeking to please others, you embark on a path of transformation. Unshackled from external judgments and expectations, you tap into an inner reservoir of strength. The motivation behind your actions transitions dramatically, from a place of obligation to one of genuine desire. This shift does not render you indifferent or uncaring. Rather, it allows you to act authentically. The misconception that prioritizing oneself equates to selfishness could not be further from the truth. True self-love enriches not only your life but also the lives of those around you. When your actions stem from self-respect and inner harmony, you become a more loving parent, a more supportive friend, and a more engaged community member, radiating positivity and uplifting those you encounter. The energy and mental effort once spent on meeting the expectations of others can now be conserved for endeavors that truly matter to you. This redirection of energy can be invested in your passions, relationships, and spiritual journey. Establishing healthy boundaries is another advantage of not being influenced by the opinions of others. These boundaries serve as protectors of your emotional and spiritual well-being, defining acceptable behavior and delineating the boundaries of your personal space. This act of self-respect communicates to yourself and others that your well-being is valuable and deserving of protection. You no longer feel compelled to change yourself to fit the expectations of others. The relentless pressure to conform to someone else's ideal of who we should be is a struggle most of us have faced, often beginning in childhood. We are bombarded with messages about our appearance, behavior, and aspirations from various sources, including family, friends, media, and society. This pressure can be overwhelming and can divert us from the path of discovering and honoring our authentic selves. When you liberate yourself from this cycle, the transformation is profound. Constantly altering yourself to meet others' expectations or societal norms exacts a high cost, even if you're not immediately aware of it. It's exhausting. The mental, emotional, and sometimes physical effort to maintain a facade or continually adjust your actions and decisions to meet others' expectations drains you. Each time you suppress a part of yourself to fit in, you're essentially saying that your true self is not good enough, eroding your self-esteem and diminishing your sense of self-worth. Over time, you may lose sight of who you truly are, as your authentic self becomes buried under layers of artificial personas adopted for acceptance or approval. But when you let go of the need to conform and embrace your unique self, it's like returning home after a long, tiring journey. There's a sense of relief, comfort, and inherent joy in recognizing and accepting yourself with all your imperfections. By shedding the weight of external expectations, you free up significant energy and mental space. This reclaimed energy can now be directed towards activities that nourish your soul and bring genuine happiness. Appreciating and expressing your uniqueness is an act of self-love. The more you love and accept yourself, the less you seek validation from external sources. When you stop seeking external validation, you find that the world begins to accept you for who you are. Authenticity attracts authenticity. Being genuine with yourself invites genuine interactions and relationships, enriching your life in ways that were not possible when you were preoccupied with conforming. There's also an immense sense of freedom that comes from being unapologetically yourself. This freedom fuels creativity and inspires courage, making you willing to take risks and venture outside your comfort zone, no longer held back by the fear of others' opinions. Each experience becomes richer and more meaningful because it stems from your authentic choices and actions. You rely on yourself for happiness. The quest for happiness is a universal journey, yet we often seek it in external places and people. Relying on external sources makes our emotional well-being vulnerable, placing the keys to our joy in someone else's hands, whether friends, family, or society. Imagine your happiness as a beautiful garden within you. If you let others control it, they might or might not tend to it, watering the flowers or letting them wither. But when you take charge of your own garden, you ensure it gets the care it deserves. You become the gardener of your own happiness, nurturing it from a place of self-love and self-understanding. Taking charge of your happiness has an immediate benefit: resilience. Life is unpredictable, full of ups and downs. When your happiness is self-generated, you're better equipped to face challenges without crumbling. Your sense of well-being isn't easily swayed by external circumstances. You don't need the world around you to be perfect to feel okay. You've cultivated an inner sanctuary of happiness you can always retreat to, no matter what's happening outside. This resilience makes you less reactive to life's ups and downs. You're not desperately searching for joy outside of yourself, not swinging wildly between elation and despair based on external events. Your emotional state becomes more balanced, more centered. It doesn't mean you won't feel the natural range of human emotions. We all do, and that's healthy. But it does mean that your core sense of happiness remains untouched, like a sturdy tree standing tall amidst ever-changing weather. This emotional independence is the key to unlocking a life of profound authenticity and joy. It's the realization that you are complete as you are, and it's the understanding that your happiness is not contingent upon the approval of others. When you are emotionally independent, you cultivate a resilience that shields you from the vicissitudes of life. You become the master of your own emotional state, capable of navigating through life's challenges with grace and composure. Your relationships flourish under the nourishment of this independence. They are no longer a source of validation, but a shared journey of growth and mutual support. You are free to be vulnerable, to share your true self, and to connect on a deeper level with those around you. This independence fosters an environment where love and understanding can thrive, unencumbered by the need for external validation. Cultivating this inner sanctuary of happiness is an active process. It begins with self-awareness, the willingness to look inward and understand the intricacies of your own emotions and desires. It involves self-acceptance, embracing your strengths and your vulnerabilities, and recognizing that they are all part of what makes you unique. Practice gratitude as a daily ritual. It's a powerful catalyst that shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It teaches you to find joy in the small moments, to appreciate the beauty in the mundane, and to cherish the love and support that surrounds you. Find pleasure in the simple things life has to offer. The laughter of a loved one, the warmth of a sunrise, the satisfaction of a task well done. These are the threads that weave the tapestry of a happy life. When you learn to derive happiness from the simple and the ordinary, you discover that joy is not a scarce commodity but a renewable resource. Engage in activities that resonate with your core values and ignite your passions. When your actions are aligned with your true self, they become a source of fulfillment and contentment. Whether it's a hobby, a career, or a cause, pursuing what you love is one of the most direct paths to happiness. Let go of the need for others' approval and embrace the life that awaits you. It's a life rich in authenticity, joy, and spiritual fulfillment. It may not always be easy, but each step you take on this path is a step towards a life that is truly your own. Celebrate your journey, cherish your growth, and remember that you are enough just as you are. As you conclude this chapter and step into the next, share your experiences and insights with others. Offer them a glimpse into your journey and invite them to embark on their own path of emotional independence. By doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also contribute to the well-being of those around you. Discover profound wisdom with us, one video at a time. Dive into cultures, philosophies, and brilliant minds as we explore personal growth, spirituality, and inspiration for a better life. We simplify complex ideas to make them fun and easy to grasp. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and well-being with us. Our videos are full of insights that ignite curiosity, challenge your thoughts, and empower you to live a more meaningful life. Explore topics like spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and discovering your true self. Subscribe, like, comment, and share your journey with us as you unlock your potential and strive for greatness. Have a wonderful and fulfilling day ahead, filled with all the joy and peace that comes from being true to yourself.